As you wanted more solar videos, so here we go. Yeah, guys, back at my mate's house. Thought I'd just do a follow-up to the DIY solar panel system that he installed on the top of his shed. Loads of comments from the past video, and it's probably been about a year now, so I want to just address some of the comments, some of the questions, and just give you a general idea as to how much this has produced for my mate. But yeah, I'm just going to jump up on, well, near to the roof and just show you a bit of an issue that I've had, or that I've seen today. Not a big one, but a bit of a strange issue. So yeah, let's just jump up on the roof and let's have a chat. Here we go then, boys. Beautiful solar panels. He gave them a clean earlier on in the year. It's probably due, don't have to, but if you clean them, you get probably about 1,000 watts extra a day if they're nice and clean. If not, then you just clean them once a year and whatever. Anyway, as you've probably seen by now, just trying to focus on this. What on earth is this? What is that? Is that a poo? It doesn't look too good to me. Right, so someone's pooed on the solar panel. I'm gonna have to get that off. Potentially that could be like a you know when cats are sick, when they do mothballs or fur balls and they just go and it looks like a poo. I'm hoping that's what that is, and it's not a fox poo or a cat poo or a human poo. You just don't know these days. Anyway, let's need to get that off. Like I said, we're a year in. He's a year in, and this is today's readings. So it's kicking out 1.2. See that? 1.2 kilowatts. And it's generated on this one here. It'll just flick over in a second. You'll see what's generated today. Get ready. Bang. 3 kilowatt hours. So 3,000 watts of electricity has been pumping in to the system today, which is amazing. Yeah, it's quite a bright day. Sun's just gone behind the clouds, so as soon as that comes out again, that'll probably ramp up to about 2,000. Anyway, just going to show you the smart meter, see if you can just to show you what kind of levels we're doing, see how much the cost is per week for this average kind of 4-bedroom family house. One sec. Okay guys, so he's used £8.33 this week, and it's Friday, so that's not bad at all. So far this month, okay, 1st of August, 95p. We're on day one, so that's pretty good. And what time is it? It's just gone 10:30. So you get your standard daily charge, and you know we've got the washing machine on, the tumble dryer goes on. He has these on about 3 times a day. So what's it saying? At the moment, the usage is, I think we've got dishwasher on as well. Yeah, he's got dishwasher on, washing machine. Oh, oven's on, that's why we're getting blasted. Oven's on, he doesn't use that a lot, but that's what's ramping that right up. So if we turned off the solar right now, that would jump up to about 4.6 rather than the 2.6. And as you can see, you'd probably just double that, so it'd be £1.20 an hour. Anyway, this is quite confusing, complicated. You don't need to know much of this, but it's just nice. If you've got a smart meter, you can monitor all of this when the sun's out, when it's a bright day. That's when you get all your power. You use your oven, you use your washing machine, you use your tumble dryer. Let's have a look how much a year. So what, we're 1st of August, and as you can see, £549. And that's exactly half a year's worth of electricity for a 4-bedroom house. So let's just double that. So we're going to get to £1,100. Don't know about you, but that sounds quite cheap. I'm going to go on like ChatGPT or Grok or something and just see what the average cost for a 4-bed house with 5 people living in it. See what roughly with this year 2025 with all the standard tariffs and daily charges and kind of average usage of a 4-bedroom. I'm going to probably pop in there that we use the tumble dryer. Sorry, he uses the tumble dryer twice a day, the washing machine twice a day, the oven once every 2 days, I reckon, because we've got an air fryer, and that is a lot more efficient, as everyone probably knows by now, with everything that kind of went on with the energy crisis a couple of years ago. Anyway, so yeah, let's try and address some of the questions. There's a lot of comments about this setup is going to fry your electrics. There's not been any frying just yet. I think a lot of concern with regards to just how it was wired. As you saw, it goes straight into a 3-pin mains socket. Now, that's not ideal, and obviously a little bit dangerous. Now, as long as you're not going near that socket, or you haven't got kids going in and out of your shed, and you've got it's kind of like barricaded away. There's a big sign saying, make sure that the solar is switched off before you go near that plug. The solar doesn't even work without power anyway, so the system needs an initial electric power from the grid anyway. Without that, if the mains were turned off in the house, this inverter would just shut down. There's nothing to it. So in my mind, if that means that you pull a plug out straight away, that's gonna shut the whole system down. So I'm pretty sure that that's okay. Again, shouldn't make any assumptions. Just take it easy with this. Just take care. A lot of people just saying, why don't you just get an electrician to wire it into your consumer unit in your shed. My mate says basically he got a few electricians around. They didn't want to know. They were like, they don't want to come out for a silly job like that. They just want the big bucks. They just want, a £5,000 project that they can really get into. But the idea of this is it's DIY. We're not trying to pretend that this is a professional system. This is a DIY system that you can do on this level without causing too much of an issue. Now, take what you will of that, but if you're not confident, don't obviously do it. Just you might be able to find a friend that's an electrician that knows what you want. And that's probably my advice on this. Do most of the setup yourself, and then just get him to wire in the last part, so you don't have to do it the way that my friend done it and solder a 3-pin connection and plug it straight into his mains. Ideally, that's the quickest way, but it's not obviously the safest way. Next question and concern was it's going to fry your kitchen electrics. This shed, my friend said that there's an armoured cable that goes from his consumer unit in the house straight into a consumer unit in his man cave shed, and it's on its own ring. So the only electrics you are going to be affecting is the ones in this shed. And so far there's been no issue at all. It's been in for a year, and the savings, I'll just pop a little link after this to the savings that that he's seen in this setup so far, versus the costs as well. So I might have mentioned in the previous video, you're going to break even in year 2 if the sun stays out, obviously. And but if anyone's got any other questions, please pop them in the link below. I mean, there's a lot of people doing this now, and you can get some seriously cheap Growatt inverters off of Facebook Marketplace. I mean, I've seen them going for like 50 quid, 100 quid, 200 quid. It's all you need is an old one. You don't even have to go big. This is a 3.6 3600 MTLS or something like that. It means that the max wattage it's going to be doing is 3600, and he says he's seen it go up to 3000, just about, skimming kind of the top 2900s, but it doesn't go above the 3000. So again, if you wanted to go bigger, I probably wouldn't go bigger than this, just for the safety concern. he's pretty settled with this. He's pretty happy. Saving about £4 a day in the summer months. Not so much in the winter, maybe saving 50p a day in the winter, but in the summer months you're looking at £4 a day. It's crazy if you've got tumble dryers and ovens and washing machines and dishwashers that are on constantly. Guys, another question was, where did you get your solar panels from? What ones are the best ones to buy? Which ones do we need? So 3 very important, interesting questions there. And so yeah, I mean, obviously the first place to go is your internet. I check out, there's a lot of like solar farms that get rid of their solar panels in bulk, and then they just flog them for like 20 quid each or whatever. So if there's any local guys that might be kind of selling a lot of panels, you might be able to get yourself a nice deal. Grab yourself, you know, as many that you can get on your shed really, or on your garage roof or whatever. Like I said, I've seen them for £35 each. Now I've gone for some bigger ones that were like 400 watts. Yeah, my friend wanted those. He wanted to get as much power as he could on his roof. So he said to me, go and find me some big boys. So, I mean, the ones I've seen from solar farms are about 295 watts on average. Yeah, you don't want to go any smaller than that really, but quite commonly, 10 years ago, all these solar farms or whatever, everyone's, the original people, the baby boomers that went mental and were like, yeah, I'll take some solar panels. They were only about 300 watts. So they are at the stage where they're replacing those now. So selling them for dirt cheap all over the internet. So check out Facebook, check out eBay. If you've got more of a budget, get some new ones. Why not? Get 6 400 watt ones or whatever. It's quite important to understand though the maximum output that your inverter is going to give you. So if you've got a 1000 watt converter, then if you get 1000 watts worth of solar panels, they're not going to give you 1000 watts. They're going to give you probably, at best, probably 600, 700 watts because they're not fully efficient, especially older ones. So keep that in mind. So if you've got a 1000 watt inverter, you probably want to get minimum 1500 watts worth of solar panels, because then it gives you a bit of a buffer for the lack of efficiency for, like I said, the older ones. If you're going for a 2000 watt inverter, get yourself maybe 3000 watts worth of solar panels, or probably 2500 actually. Probably do you. Yeah, as you can see, it's probably, if you're going to go big, this is going to, you're going to have to get a lot of solar panels. But good starting range, I'd just go for 1000 watt inverter or 1500. Then you don't have to go mental. You can just see how it goes for you, and then you can upgrade later on down the line with some other cheaper, similar panels. Now, a good thing to understand as well, if you've got a 300 watt panel linked in with a 400 watt panel, that 400 watt panel isn't going to give you your 400 watts. It's going to always go down to the smaller rated solar panel. So you kind of, I mean, you need to do the maths there. You need to, if you get a good bargain on a 400 one, like someone's giving it away for free or 20 quid or something, and you want to hook it up to your other 300 one, do that. Yeah, also, like, if you're going to buy new, check out the solar panel companies popping up everywhere. Obviously, it's going to be massive in the next 20 years. The infrastructure of this country is just, we need green energy. There's no doubt about it. We're going to go green, right? So yeah, check out if your local company are doing some deals. They might have had some returns. They might have some ones that have got a little crack in it that they want to get rid of. They might have a bulk load that, yeah, you can get a good price on. Or if not, Klarna. Get yourself a nice little set for £1,000. Pay it off over 2 years on Klarna, and then after year 2, you're going to be breaking even. Boys, the sun's popped out. It's pulling in 2.3. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Almost 2.4. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And let's have a little look at the total power today that's generated. 3.2 kilowatt hours. Get on that one. Thank you very much, sunshine. But yeah, hopefully this video again has just been a good little update to my previous video on my mate's DIY solar shed. Again, like and subscribe. Comments below. Anyone concerned with the safety elements, I'm always willing to listen and pass a message on. But yeah, cheers for watching, guys. See you in the next one. That reminds me, I've just got to get that poo off the roof, haven't I? It's a nice job. Anyway, take care, guys.